I talked about my discovery of the Mario in the real world genre of videos on YouTube, but that rabbit hole goes a little bit deeper, and what I'm talking about, of course, is the Real Life Mario Kart genre. As the story goes, I was a big fan of Mario when I was a kid, and when I started using YouTube, I found a Mario in real life video, and started looking for more videos like it. It seems like a no-brainer that Mario Kart in real life would eventually be made, since the concept is essentially racing with weapons, which is pretty easy to reenact. I didn't watch as many of these as the ones where Mario's goofing off in the real world, but there were 3 videos that stood out to me back when I watched this type of stuff. The first one was the stop-motion video of 3 guys playing Super Mario Kart, which is a 2-person game only, and there's only 1 controller plugged in, but it's really fun to see how these guys utilize stop-motion. I'd seen some stop-motion before, like Rudolph and Chicken Run, but at the time I probably didn't think much about it, since these shows blended in with everything else I'd watch on TV. I don't want to say it was my first time seeing stop motion with people, but the video's presentation left an impression on me for a reason, so let's go back to talking about it. One thing this video does really well is give the characters personality with the small airtime they have. The way they're dressed up, the vehicle they choose, and the way they move is drastically different from one another, and the way power-ups are featured, like the red shell circling around one guy, and the fact that this guy needs to change outfits like 50 times for his invincibility star shows the amount of thought that was put into this video. And I always wonder what people are thinking when they see something weird like this being filmed. I mean, I've filmed something on campus where somebody was arbitrarily dressed as a wizard that attracted a lot of eyes, but as a member of that filming crew, I thought the attention was hilarious. And since we're on the topic of school videos, the second Real Life Mario Kart video takes place at a high school, and this time it's live action. You got Donkey Kong, Toad, I guess, Waluigi, and remember when Peach supported the building of the Berlin Wall? I want to know how these kids stuck a cozy coupe, a tricycle, and an ankle destroyer in here, and there's nobody else in sight. Like, was it halftime at the basketball game, or is somebody a bit too tight with a teacher? But ignoring all that stuff, it's another fun Mario Kart video. Donkey Kong and Toad get eliminated for gags. I actually don't understand why DK can't get back up. Like what, you don't want to tumble down the stairs with an office chair and a cozy coupe, you cowards? And the last thing I wanted to mention was this elevator scene. It's my favorite part of the video.
And the gas man to get in the scooter. Here we go. Peachy! Banana! Here we go. Let's go!
The third Mario Kart video I want to share, as well as the introduction to the reason I'm making this video in the first place, is an episode from this web show called the IdiOlympics, and the Mario Kart episode is their finale, so you'll have to wait to hear about it. The IdiOlympics were a weekly series of videos about a group of 4 guys that competed in ridiculous activities like jousting in shopping carts and catching 3 rats that were let loose in a house. The videos were hosted on a website they created called Panda Smash TV back in 2006, which no longer exists, but a lot of pages have been saved on the Wayback Machine. Most of the content on Panda Smash were comedy sketches, but I really didn't watch many outside of the IdiOlympics. Most of the videos were uploaded to YouTube, but just this year a lot of them were deleted or privated, becoming lost media. What I like about the IdiOlympics is that it was like a diet Jackass. Most of the ideas for these videos were stupid, but compared to Jackass, you might actually think about trying the activities shown in the videos. And they were kind of low budget, which made the content more relatable. I think the modern day examples would be Mr. Beast and David Dobrik. I don't watch either, but some clips I've seen them in looked like what the IdiOlympics would be if you had an expendable income, which makes them feel inauthentic, I guess. I said the IdiOlympics features 4 guys, and they are Sammy, Gobi, AJ, and Hat Guy. There isn't much content to get a grasp of each guy's personalities. They're like the tier before bros, though I'll give AJ the most normal guy award. I was trying to research these guys using what I could off the Panda Smash website and some light googling, but I think these guys are all using an alias, even if it's just pronouncing someone's name differently, like Sammy appears to go by Sam normally, and Gobi's real name is Gabe. I think he's actually a lawyer now, good on him. AJ was the biggest question mark for me. There's a few guys who have worked for Panda Smash with the initials AJ, and none of their pictures are saved in the Wayback Machine. Hat Guy's real name is Paul. He appears to have the most influence over Panda Smash and is one of the site's founders along with Sam and another guy. I did a little bit of digging and he seems to have or had a successful career as a writer, citing that he's worked for Disney, VH1, and A&E, but doesn't get any more specific than that. Hell, he's even appeared on Tosh.0 in a web redemption for a drunk Dizzy Bat dunk fail.
Alright, Paul, tell me about that dunk.
My goal is to,
chug this beer, dizzy bat spin, and then go and do a 360 dunk, you know, the spinning and the spinning.
Sure. By the way, you almost made the shot.
I know, it almost went in.
It was very impressive. How many spins were you supposed to do with the bat?
10 spins, but I kind of lost count in the
I'll be
middle.
honest, your spins were awful too. The bat wasn't even touching the ground.
I received a lot of criticism for that.
I mean, do you believe in karma? Because you did litter that beer can and then you fell into the trash cans. Let's chug. Get on the endo board. Get on the endo board. Stay. 8 seconds on the ball. All right, Paul, come on. Oh, and I forgot to mention you have to dunk over Dennis Rodman.
The IdiOlympics ran for 10 episodes and was marketed as the show's first season, but it appears a sequel never came to fruition, and the first episode kicks things off in high gear with one of my favorite episodes in the series. The challenge is breaking and entering into Hat Guy and AJ's house and stealing a TV. It's not totally one-sided since Sammy and Gobi used to live there too, but the first to compete is Sammy, who knew the window to his old bedroom had a faulty lock, so he pries off the screen and snatches the TV in a cool 30 seconds. I'm guessing everyone was supposed to take a different path into the house, since it would be so easy for the other three to use the window Sammy opened up, but AJ decides to think outside the box. I love the instant contrast of Sammy's quick run with AJ's obviously bad idea, but the goodness of this episode has only begun because Hat Guy decides to climb onto the roof while wearing nylons over his head for some reason. Maybe he's doing a SpongeBob reference, but his plan is to break into AJ's room, which also has a bad lock. These guys are just exposing how easily anyone could break into their house at this point, but the lock actually works, so...
Seconds. That's about $1 a second that costs.
And then Gobi starts his run by immediately running away from the house to get his truck, and he climbs to the roof despite Sammy's window being open, and I just gotta let this one play out too.
Wait! That's our TV! Yeah, he's not coming back.
Clock goes until he sells that in Mexico.
He's not that nice of a TV. He's got to show up sometime. We got more competition.
This is truly how you end a premiere. Episode 2 is a bit less exciting, but still worth watching. The guys buy pinatas that'll be filled up with a food item that someone else will have to break open and identify, all while blindfolded. So Gabe puts 20 pounds of raw, unwashed potatoes in his, AJ uses olives, Sammy fills his with 3 boxes of Twinkies, and Hat Guy bought at least 5 tubs of mayonnaise for his pinata. And this looks disgusting. Everyone else has to do some dizzy bet before they can break the pinata, and it's good to see that Hat Guy has always been bad at keeping his balance.
I'm super dizzy.
Everybody figures out their foods relatively fast, and to add some slapstick to the episode, the guys start throwing the potatoes and mayonnaise at each other. In the third episode, the guys each order $15 of Taco Bell that someone else will have to eat, so of course everyone orders a million ass-blasting burritos, and nobody ends up finishing since it's 6 pounds of anal destruction, so to make up for this, the fourth episode is a redo with a twist.
I would like, how about one of everything on the menu?
One crispy taco?
No, one of every single thing you have.
I'd recommend this video just for this scene, because the order takes 20 minutes before they get everything, and it's even funnier because this whole time there's a car behind them probably losing their shit. But luckily the guys decide to pay for their meal too. The reason they ordered one of everything is so they could do a round-robin draft, where everyone gets to pick what food they want to eat, and the goal is to eat the food faster than the others, and everyone manages to finish their meal this time. Well, except for AJ.
I had maybe 2 items. Just not that hungry. I want to go out and get some Quiznos.
Episode 5 is a shopping cart joust tournament. The guys stole some shopping carts and go to this thin road that confuses me more than anything. Like, is it a one-way road or a bike path? And then why is there a sidewalk? What's a glory hole doing there? Oh, go back, go back, go back! This one's alright, but it's one of the weaker episodes, even though it's conceptually more interesting than 2 Taco Bell mukbangs. Most of the episode is just a montage of the duels without random spurts of humor. Like, I would probably find the guys walking around town with the shopping carts and their costumes on more entertaining than seeing nearly identical rounds of jousting over and over again. In episode 6, the guys give each other haircuts, and you know this can only go bad. Hat Guy has thin hair, so he was destined to get a deep receding hairline cut. AJ gets a reverse Brian Bosworth. Sammy gets mangled.
It looked like pedophile hair.
And Gobi gets a cheap nacho dish bowl cut that high-key looks like Powerline from the Goofy movie. Episode 7 is a total dud. The guys buy a tarp from Home Depot and use it as a slip and slide while making penalty shots on each other. This montage here, that's the episode. Nothing too exciting, but Hat Guy does get injured from scraping his chest against the concrete. And here's some sad news. I said some videos from Panda Smash got purged, and among them were episodes 8 and 9. I looked all over the web for re-uploads, but all that exists are a few clips used in montages from the show's entirety, so get used to seeing these loop for a bit. In episode 8, the guys try to catch a squirrel, except they go to a park without squirrels. Hat Guy runs around with a fishing net, and 2 of the guys make this trap, but it was a dud episode. I'll admit episode 9 was a dud too, but at least its ending was funny. They let loose 3 rats in the house and try to catch them, which involved a lot of wrestling that surprisingly didn't hurt any of the rats. And at the end, they were all released in random parts of town. Most notably, one was put in a strip mall's parking lot and ran straight toward the nearest restaurant. So I started this video with Mario Kart, now let's finish it with Mario Kart. Episode 10 is a tricycle race that quickly evolves into a Mario Kart themed tricycle race. All the guys are dressed up for the occasion, like Hat Guy is Donkey Kong Jr., AJ is Toad, Sammy is trying, and Gobi's looking kinda hot. Unlike the 2 Mario Kart videos I showed at the beginning, this one is actually a circuit that the guys do 3 laps on, and the track features obstacles, like this ball on a string acting as a chain chomp, this cardboard box thwomp, water balloons that will be thrown from point blank, and the Home Depot tarp returns that is covered in olive oil and ice cubes. There's also items like Ninja Turtle toys that can be thrown at people, bananas that can be thrown at people, and a cream pie that can be thrown at people. And even though the video's pacing is like every other episode of the IdiOlympics, this one gives you a better look at the team behind Panda Smash. From the first episode, you can clearly tell multiple people are running cameras, and the Mario Kart episode features the show's largest crew behind the scenes. I just wish the episode wasn't trimmed as short as it was. Most of the scenes shown are whenever somebody gets hurt, so it's hard to tell how the flow of the race actually went, but despite that one gripe I have, this is my favorite episode of the IdiOlympics. Oh yeah, and Gobi just barely wins. So that's the IdiOlympics, a web show I stumbled upon because my addiction to Mario games made me thirst for free Mario content on the internet. Would I want to participate in something like this myself? Maybe? I mean, Mario Kart in real life is cool, but you won't catch me eating anything but a soft-shell no-cheese taco from Taco Bell. But I enjoyed the show for what it was, and because it was so short, I find myself rewatching it every year. So thanks for watching the video, I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to leave a like to help the channel grow and subscribe to get updates on my uploads as soon as they happen, but until then, I will see you all next time.